Hello everyone and welcome to another brand new episode of Nucleus Office Talks by Mastermind 2023, Decoding the Value of Experience. I'm your host Shivani Lorai, and today we are going to embark on a journey of understanding the true importance of exceptional experiences in the real estate industry. The real estate industry is now no longer viewed as a mere bricks and mortar business. It has become more diverse and customer-centric. In fact, the real estate sector is leading the world in acknowledging the impact of customer experience in marketing investments and is fast embracing ROX as a measurement framework, one that provides unparalleled insights into the long-term value propositions for businesses. When it comes to expert adoption of ROX and providing the best experiences for customers and employees alike, our guest today is leading from the front. Today we have Mr. Anuj Puri, Chairman Anarock, India's leading independent real estate services company with a presence across India and the Middle East. Our esteemed guest, Mr. Puri, is a highly respected industry veteran and India's most prominent real estate thought leader. He has over 3 decades of experience in multidisciplinary advisory and transaction ranging from real estate to social development projects. His plans and ideas have shaped the success of countless enterprises, making him the perfect candidate to provide invaluable insight into the evolving impact of experiences. We are very excited to meet him today. Let's know more from Mr. Puri. What an absolute delight today. We have Mr. Anuj Puri with us today. Welcome, a very warm welcome, Mr. Puri.
Thank you very much, Shivani. What a pleasure to meet up with you.
Yes, thank you so much. I'll straight away dive into the first question. We've all heard about return on investment, return on equity, and the latest buzz for the last couple of years has been return on experience. Your industry deals with multiple stakeholders, right? You've got developers, you've got residential buyers, you've got investors. So how do you marry their experiences into ensuring great customer loyalty, which of course stems from great customer experience?
It is a very interesting question that you ask, is that it was all about ROE and ROI, return on equity and return on investment, and now it is about ROX, return on experiences. So Shivani, I'm that much more older to you. I'm going to take you to the mid-90s, when real estate was really getting a little bit mature and organized, and at that time, if you were to look at all these asset classes, whether it was the residential, commercial, retail, there was zero customer experience. You would be lucky if you would have got your house in time. And that is what it was. Or if you were to be able to get a retail store, or you were able to get an office. And you fast forward that, and today if you were to look at it, the customer experience on a retail in a mall, where the mall owner is not asking for rent, they are saying is, we are happy to participate in your turnover, your success, your experience, and your ability to be able to drive your business, and we benefit. So we will not charge you rent, we will charge you a percentage of the revenue is. Similarly on the residential, if you were to look at it, is, a lot of these legislations, whether it was the GST or the Real Estate Regulation Act, they have brought in a huge amount of discipline, as a result of which the developer is now moving on to the customer experience, because there is no advantage if you are more disciplined than the other developer, because all developers have to be disciplined now in that is, and that's where it is. For example, many developers I've seen where if they are giving an apartment for possession, they're actually sending the car to the customer's house to bring them into the possession to be able to secure that. Is similarly on the offices. You know, today the hard buildings are as no differentiation amongst anything. It is about the customer experience. It is about how do you bring in the visitors, how do you bring in the employees, how do you bring in the various stakeholders into entirely coming in this ambit.
I think, in my opinion, and everything that you've just said right now, what I'm really getting to is especially after the pandemic over the last couple of years, there has been a lot of heart that has come into play.
That's
right?
a very good, good thing that you say that there is a lot of soul that has started.
So it's not just we're talking about experience as another measurement, as a tool, but there is a lot of sensitivity. There is a lot of thought that is getting into. Okay, this is what my B2C customer wants, and hence what do I need to give to my B2B customer, and what really needs to. So there's a lot of foresight and thought that is going in to bring in that peaceful, fun, happy environment, and hence the productivity. And of course, there's a lot of hard work that goes in from by the management, such as yourself, who are running establishments to make sure that it is instilled in the employees and all of your stakeholders. So that entire shift, how has that shift been for you?
So it is absolutely true is that today it is not just the monetary benefits that are going to be attracting, whether these are employees or any of the stakeholders for that matter. It is about that fun. It is about that engagement that you're doing it. It is about how I feel when I get up in the morning that I have to go into the office. That is what it really means is, and not only in the offices, you know, whether it is even on the retail that I'm going is, what is that experience and what is that positivity that I'm going to be able to garner. And I do feel is that it is true that inside the office space, it is required and that engagement activity and that positivity is required, but I do feel is also outside the envelope of the building, the experience should start the moment like we've come into this lobby. That is when the experience has to start to begin with, rather than necessarily going into your own office space.
In fact, outside the gate.
Outside the gate of the building, exactly. Well, we're now going to go and have some discussion in our office.
Oh, I'd love to see your office.
Yes, look forward.
Okay. Hi Anuj, thank you. It was lovely to the walk downstairs.
Thank you very much.
Oh my God, you really have a gorgeous office. So what makes you choose an office? What are the key parameters that you keep in mind?
I think it is about openness, about colors, about vibrancy, about positivity. You want the millennials, you know, who are really the working population today, to feel nice coming into the office. You know, it should be energetic. It should be a place where, you know, you want to go, wake up in the morning and say, yes, I do want to go into the office. You know, I'm going to love it. It is a nice place, and it has all my friends.
Oh, that's really nice way to put things across. I hope your teams are listening to that. They're your friends.
I'm sure.
Okay, you know, I remember in one of the interviews you had mentioned that post the pandemic, you know, technology is taking a big leap, right?
True,
and a work that could be done, that was being done in about 5 to 6 years, is now being done in a matter of months. So what, according to you, are the mediums and channels to ensure a superior customer experience?
And it is true is what I had said is that you know, a lot of things that would have taken, you know, about a decade to be done, you know, are actually being done in a few quarters now, and that's largely because of the technology. I do feel is that you know, from a technology perspective, what was going to come in 2030 because of the COVID has actually come in 2020 or 2021. So we have fast forwarded technology. Real estate, you know, somehow has been a sector which has been a laggard on technology. We haven't been very quick in adapting technology.
Got it.
Except when COVID has come in.
Right.
And that's when we have seen is not only just the technology, but also digital. And across the board, you know, whether it is offices, whether it is residential, whether it is retail, across the board we're seeing is that technology is making a huge amount of impact. I'll take the example of residential. You know, on the residential side, a lot of the sourcing of the home buyers, which was really identification of the home buyers, was really done through offline mediums. So it was more like print and radio and hoarding. That has largely moved on to the online platform, onto the digital platform. Similarly, the customer experience on the offices today, if you were to look at it, not only inside the office space, but as soon as you are coming into the office complex, you know, whether it is the entry gates, whether it's the security, whether it's the elevators, whether these are all touchless, and the technology has really come in and adapted into that. And that's where I do feel is that the customer experience is really enhanced in this COVID period because of the technology and because of digital. Stakeholders have said is this is the way that we want the business to service us. As a result of which we have had to adapt. And as a result of which the employees have had to adapt. And not only in our organization, I think in various organizations, because the stakeholders whom we are dealing with have had the adaptation through technology and through digital during this COVID time, as a result of which we've been asked to do that. For example, if you look at it, during COVID, the offices were shut. How do you operate in offices when they're shut? So, to be able to do remote working with the help of the technology. And that was a huge customer experience to be able to provide that through technology. Similarly, on the residential side, how do you shortlist a new home? How do you actually buy the home online? It has been very important, and that's where most of the teams have really adapted to bringing in technology and bringing in digital within the customer experience and the exposure through, virtual reality, through the various technology means that have allowed them to be able to understand the customer requirement and then deliver it really online rather than offline.
Great. So, we've had a lot of walk and the talk. Why don't we sit somewhere and take this conversation further?
Super. Look forward to that.
So, Mr. Puri, we've had a beautiful discussion at the lobby in your office, and we've covered a plethora of topics, right? We've spoken about how the companies, especially your industry, is moving from pure brick and mortar, selling brick and mortar, to experiences, all heart, safety, sustainability. We also spoke about how your employees are adapting to technology to give that seamless experience. At the end of it all is profitability. So what really do you think is required to invest in a customer experience to get the end profitability for a company and a mutually beneficial relationship for all stakeholders?
So Shivani, this is a very easy question.
Okay.
Easy, why I say is that if you do not invest in the customer experience, there is no profit at the end. So, it is absolutely paramount. The most important is to really invest in customer experience. As far as my thought goes in the startup world, in India we have over 100 unicorns in the startup space. If you pick up any of these unicorns, they're not necessarily a new idea. What they are is about the customer experience that they've been able to bring in. So, we think is, oh my God, unicorn, what a great idea. Not necessarily it was a great idea. It was about the customer experience and its implementation, which was a great idea. So I do feel is that if there is not enough investment in customer experience, you're not going to be profitable.
Wow. Well, we are super privileged to have industry stalwart as yourself share with us his insights into what delivers an excellent ROI through ROX. But I really want to get down to knowing you. What gets Anuj Puri, industry leader in the real estate industry, out of bed every day? What motivates you? What's your experience?
Oh, you caught me off guard on that one. What motivates me to get out of bed in the morning? Certainly kickboxing.
Awesome. Wow.
So, that is something that I look forward to in the morning. Playing with my cats, 2 cats and a dog.
Wow.
Getting ready, getting into the office, and, to be able to interact with the people as they're coming into the office, to be able to not only discuss work, to be able to discuss new things that you have experienced, to be able to discuss some of the ideas that you may have, to be able to discuss gossip, and to be able to really interact, and you feel really energized in the morning, having done that sort of kickboxing and spend some time with my pets, to be absolutely ready and gearing to get into the office.
Wow. A lot to learn from you, and I really hope we spend much more time together. And absolute delight to spend time with you, Mr. Puri, and to learn more from you and know you a little bit personally. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute delight.
Thank you very much, Shivani. I've enjoyed this interview as well.
Great.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. We've had a revelatory conversation with Mr. Puri on how ROX represents the way forward for businesses to measure and realize value from their decisions. Whether on the employee front or on the customer front, it is evident that ROX builds on and transcends limitations of previous measurement frameworks. Thank you, Mr. Puri, for joining us today. This has been Nucleus Office Talks by Mastermind 2023, decoding the value of experience.